Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrea Sahlgren, and I'm the General Manager of Viacom in the Nordics. And the Nordics being Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Finland, and Iceland. I'm here today to talk to you about Paramount+. It's a streaming service that we launched just in October, November of last year. And it's on the theme of commercial innovation. I have three takeaways for you this morning, and that is how to deliver premium value to your pay TV partners. It is how to be a strong player in the value chain, and finally, how to use your strength as a content provider. But first, most of you are familiar with Viacom. Viacom has a vast library of content and many global iconic brands such as MTV, Nickelodeon, Comedy Central, Paramount, etc. In the Nordics, Viacom is one of the strong international players. We have many linear channels, and we have many digital platforms to cater for the new consumer behavior. And again, I mean, Nordic is 5 countries, but it's also 5 TV markets. It's 5 currencies and 5 languages. But it only has 10 million households, so it's a very complex region. I would like to start to talk to you about the structure. It all begins with connectivity. In the Nordics, we have around 90% penetration of high-speed broadband. We have most people using smartphones, and many with a subscription where you have free usage of data. We're also familiar and very used to paying for TV. We have a long history of pay TV, at least in the Scandinavian markets. That's also why we have a very high penetration of access to SVOD services. Around 40% of everyone has access to one or more of the OTT services. This is a very interesting slide, but even more so on the next one. This is the challenge for us in the Nordic markets. We have a traditional linear TV viewing that is on rapid decline, and it's going quite fast, actually. And we can also see the tendencies of churn at the operators, and especially then in the sort of larger TV packages. We can see that, apart from what you just said about the US, we can clearly see this in the Nordics. It's happening. Of course, this is putting a lot of pressure on all of us to take a next step and to invent new services to cater for this consumer behavior. And I think this is a slide that I find very, very interesting. If you, all of the time you consume entertainment video content, 67% of that time in the younger demos you spend on OTT services. This really means that the traditional linear TV viewing is just a part of your total viewing. And this is also developing over time, and it's quite astonishing. This has, of course, led to a wide range of SVOD services. And it all started with Netflix in 2012, and it has developed over time with the big international players, but also many local services around, from the national broadcasters and to players like Viaplay and C More. But just recently, we've also seen a launch of the more, you could say, specialist niche services in the market, and many of them also being content providers. And we see a trend where if you're a content provider, you sort of retake control of your content and you put it on these services. Viacom has a long tradition of working with pay TV partners. A couple of years back, we launched branded apps called the Playplex suite of apps. And For instance, we launched MTV Play in Norway, we launched it in Denmark, together with the operators with an authentication model. Just recently, we actually launched Nick Jr. Play with TDC in Denmark for mobile purposes. We've done non-linear OTT deals, we've done linear OTT deals, and this has all sort of led to the launch of Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus is what we call an umbrella service. We have the great Paramount brand, but it's not all about Paramount content. We have all the Viacom content in there. And it's quite cool to experience distributing and presenting our content in a completely different way. It's also a premium service, and of course Paramount, it's a premium brand, but how to deliver premium value? Well, this is what I find very unique about this service. Paramount is the only major studio delivering its first pay window in a service that goes to pay TV operators. And first pay window, well, that's 9 months after the movie has premiered at cinemas, it goes into the Paramount Plus service. And then we deliver this to our pay TV partners. So it's quite unique. The rest of the gang here, they're standalone OTT players. And this is really what makes the service unique, exclusive, and premium. But there is more. It's the first pay window, but then it's also the Paramount library of movies like Forrest Gump, The Godfather, Breakfast at Tiffany's, etc. All the classics are in there. And then we have the best MTV shows, like Teen Mom, Geordie Shore, Ridiculousness, and the best shows from Comedy Central as well, like The Roasts, you have Inside Amy Schumer, or South Park. So it all comes together in this one service. But what are the benefits for our partners? It's exclusive. And in this world where we compete for the subscribers, this is a great tool for our pay TV partners to compete against the standalone OTT players, because this is exclusive to them. It has a strategic play. We're solving their day-to-day problems. They can use this in their marketing, in their newsletters they sent out to their subscribers. They can have Tom Cruise in a newsletter pointing to Paramount Plus service. It can also be used, of course, as a retention tool. As we talked about, we do see signs of churn from the larger packages with the operators. It's not a direct-to-consumer play. We're working together with our pay TV partners on this one. And we do reach the consumers, but through our partners. And for us, what has it meant? Well, it gives us very close and strong relationships with the operators. We're also building a non-linear service next to our linear portfolio. And we have the opportunity to launch an umbrella brand where we're putting all of our content together in a new way. And it's quite exciting. So what has the reaction been? Well, for us, it's been overwhelming because we see that consumers are using the service and our partners are really happy with it. We launched with 4 of the major operators in the Nordics, and the reaction has been great. So, of course, we're already talking about how we can expand and make the service even better. I would like to show you what it's all about.
Now, shall we begin?
Who the hell are you?
I'm a Texas Ranger.
I'm Triple X.
Whitaker.
We are duly appointed federal marshals.
Welcome back, Mr. Bingham.
There's a Jack Reacher here to see you.
You're a legend. You ready to have some fun?
Punch it.
You have it all, except for respect, love, friends, good parents, and a Grammy.
You've ruined more models' lives than bulimia.
Won't you join me?
I don't care how many times Amy Schumer talks about her vagina. I laugh every time.
I love it when you talk like a detective. What you hear is excitement.
So in conclusion, there were 3 things I promised you in the beginning, and that was how to deliver premium value. And premium value is really important. And for us, it's exclusive. It's an exclusive service to our pay TV partner. How to stay strong in the value chain? Well, it's delivering something that your partners can actually make use of in their day-to-day business and solve a problem. Which is for us, it's been with our partners and to them actually being able to market the service to their subscribers as something unique. And how to stay strong in as a content provider? Well, we have got the opportunity to bundle our content together in a service under an umbrella brand such as Paramount Plus. It's been a great experience so far, and we're looking forward to the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much for an excellent presentation. I think we've got time for a couple of questions, if there are any from the audience around the presentation. So pop your hand up if you have one. So anyone? Oh, there's one just there, the gentleman over on the right.
Hello, that was very interesting. Could you give us some detail on what the business arrangements are? So do the operators have to pay you extra for this, and do their subscribers have to pay extra for it?
Okay, so I would say that, of course, the arrangements could be different with different operators, given unique situations. But so far, it's Paramount Plus is bundled into the subscription. So the subscriber is not paying extra for it. And I think it's a very good question, because this is what is so unique, that you can go into your service and all of a sudden you find these premium movies that you normally would pay extra for, and you don't have to pay anything for it. So it's sort of an aha moment for you when you use the service.
Does the operator have to pay you more for the service?
Yes, of course. It's a premium. It's a premium service. Yes, of course.
Yeah. Right. Any other questions from the audience? So, oh, one just up there.
Yeah, Simon Trudel from Nagra. What about the data, the viewing data? Is this something that is discussed at stake? Do you get it back from the operators?
Very good question. I would love to have all the data, but it's an ongoing discussion on what data we can get access to. And obviously, this is a service that we provide as in a business-to-business arrangement, and they provide to their consumers. We would love to have all data. We don't get all data. We get bits and pieces, and we get sort of sometimes how we're doing compared to others. But I would love to have it all, but unfortunately, we just get pieces of it.
Thank you. Well, we've got a question over here. Time for one more, I think.
Good morning. Nice presentation. One question. Maybe I missed it. Did you ever? You made the choice to make a content partnership with the operators, with the cable companies. Why didn't you decide to build your own brand and to make an OTT proposition direct to the consumer? Yeah,
it's a very good question, and I think this all came together in the partnership with the pay TV operators. So it's a natural for us, for Viacom, to do this, to take this step at first. And through them, we also learn a lot about this, and we develop this service. We will develop it over time. And I think if you would ask me the same question in a year or two, maybe it's different. But for now, we're very, very happy to be in the sort of environment with our partners.
Well, thank you very much. I have one very quick question for you. So, obviously, what you've built looks very much like I suppose if we consider the way the business model works, you're doing deals with operators, you've got content that you produce, it looks very much like the future of the channel business. Do you see your new service as the sort of template that other groups will follow?
Yeah, but absolutely, you're absolutely right. This is sort of a development of the pay TV business and I mean the linear business, you could say. And I think also if you look at how, at least in the Nordics, how the operators are starting to package their packages. It's also about having these services, and you can choose them instead of linear channels. So it's developing in that way.
Perfect. Well, there we have it, the future of the channel business. Thank you very much.
Thank you.